I was trying to chew. Look, okay, whatever. Let us start, as we always start, with roll call. Tokus.
And Tokus.
Sig.
Yep. Already dead.
Dr.
Checking in.
Dragon Shade.
Oh yeah, just fine.
Salik.
Yep. I'm here.
And Boblin.
I'm Boblin.
When last we all met, you had all finally, after I think 2 months of travel, made it to Omu, the Forbidden City. Dun dun dun. You had just gotten in, scouted around the first building you found, which had a lot of graffiti, a lot of vines, and not a lot of roof. Investigated some houses, which didn't give you anything, and saw some interesting residents of the city, in the form of some plant things that were probably shorter than Boblin, completely made out of they kind of looked like fungus, a fungus mixed with a root plant, like maybe I want to say a rotted carrot. As they all ran away from the giant horseman who broke their ceiling and or the floor he was standing on, and decided to make their way into the city proper. What new now?
Mic on.
Duff. That was D&D Beyond stuff.
Ah, okay. So, as you are starting to walk the what was once very nicely paved and stone laid out road of Omo, you see a few more housing buildings to your left and to your right, in a fairly large complex in the not so distant area.
Here. Had we actually decided on going down the center road?
I believe I gave that choice, and then it eventually just ended up being a coin flip last time. I don't remember. It's been a bit.
I mean, they did put a lot of work into building this road. It'd be a shame for us not to use it.
I was fairly sure we plan to use it. Sorry. I think that wasn't the plan to use it, but heads on a swivel, all that happy stuff. Because I'd rather be on the road. It is elevated off the jungle floor. Looks like it's relatively smooth.
Yeah, and I mean, when you put the time and money into building a road like this, obviously it goes somewhere important.
Could we put feathers around your hooves so they don't clap so much?
There is also the matter of vision. Is highly elevated, and we are most likely to be spotted should we take that route.
Tatsu, can you crawl? Like this. Boblin.
I'm just staring.
To demonstrate.
Just staring.
I'm gonna take the judgment as a no.
We've traveled now for over 2 months. Have you seen me crawl?
We never really had much. It's not very convenient or fun. Well, it is kind of fun, but it's not very fast. So I don't know why you would before. Could we make like a sled for you?
I'm sure we could, but why would we burn the resource?
Why would we burn the sled?
Blank blank.
Oh, I know what you're saying. We make a sled and we set it on fire and then we push it down the road so that any bad things get distracted by that and don't look at us.
I start marching forward.
Oh, yeah, we're listening to Boblin.
Okay, so as you march forward, you notice a very faint smoke trail coming from within inside the compound. And the door from the main road is broken and splintered.
Which
but
compound?
over this way.
Okay.
Bring it up one more time. I wasn't looking. Okay.
The big one over here.
Going with the Kmart.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought that was a target.
We still have a Kmart around here. Those have been going out of business left and right.
I think they finally closed the last one in our state.
I went there for Commander decks because they had all the old ones because no one bought them.
So where are you positioning your friends?
The girls
Shay?
will just scout ahead. The dwarves obviously are here as my personal bodyguards. But
So on either side.
yeah, Arya and Dara just basically out of character. They're just gonna walk ahead of us. That's all you see them do.
All right. As they're walking ahead of you and kind of peek around into, I assume just going straight on the path into the complex. Right. They do signal that something is in there. Like they saw movement.
I do not speak dwarf.
I do.
So do I.
How did I talk to Musharib then?
He spoke common.
Wow.
But I do not speak dwarf.
I don't speak goblin, and look at us.
Boblin's voice is. I've noticed Boblin's voice has dropped several octaves. Boblin, but, huh?
Boblin finally. I don't want to make the joke.
I'm going through lots of changes. I'm getting hair. My voice is cracking.
I've murdered lots of people.
We'll discuss that later.
Do we have to?
Well, I mean, no.
Okay, good.
I'm not exactly anti-murder. Have you noticed?
Right. Moving on.
Mm-hmm. So as you walk ahead, smoke drifts lazily from the walled compound. A gate lies in splinters and scorch marks defaced buildings as you look into the courtyard. Near the center of the compound, you see a plaza littered with charred human corpses. One of the corpses is being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs.
Sucks to be that.
Wild dogs.
That's that compound that we're
No.
or no, this one.
Yes.
And we are
There's wild
on the
dogs
road.
up here.
I assume you're walking up the main road
Yeah.
cautiously and
How high up is the road?
I want to say because I don't think it's. I don't remember
I mean, I see that there are like
reading in the book,
steps
but
up.
I want to say 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Raised 10 feet.
Yeah.
Blood? Fire.
What'd you say there, Darth?
I just necessarily just asked what started the fire because it's highly likely the dogs started the fire, started the smoke and such.
Who knows? Perhaps rogue lightning strike?
It has been a storm in days.
Near us. Who knows if the storm went through here? And I'm trying to avoid the obvious of perhaps snake people.
Oh no.
I would say anyone looking in there with an intent to like perceive or investigate, give me a perception check or an investigation check, whichever ones you are better at. Hot damn. Nice. All right. So you would both see the first thing. As you look in there, you see a glaive has been thrust into the remains of a burnt-out pyre. Charred snake skulls and blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to the spear. On the wall nearby, a symbol has been daubed in ash. Daubed in ash, a snake curled in a spiral, gripping a circle in its jaws. You see what looks to be a pile of corpses and a massive snake, like kind of speared into this epicenter of it. That's what you both see. Tokus with a 26. Jeez. You see past that, like kind of around where the dogs are eating one of the corpses, a collapsed building. You see some movement past underneath the debris of a collapsed building as you see a man's head just kind of squeeze his way out, look around, see the dogs, and then make eye contact with you. It's like, hey, please help. As he's just trying to get your attention and not the attention of the dogs.
I will nudge Toxic and point out the man.
1 second. I will show you a picture of him just to show you his face. Can I... Is there a thing... I can get the
You
pop
can
out.
show to players.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know how to show just that. Oh, player handouts, maybe? There we go. This will help. I'm still not used to working with shield players. Show to... You see this old man. You don't know his name yet. Ignore that.
That's my Uncle Orvex.
But you see, like, this man's head and, like, a bit of his torso underneath a mound of rubble.
His torso under a mound of rubble.
Yeah, like, most of him is buried. under a mound of what looks like a collapsed wall.
How many wild dogs?
You could see 6.
And these are just like your average. These are like dire wild dogs we're looking at,
No,
right?
in fact, they kind of look fairly emaciated. Like they haven't eaten in weeks.
I'll pull out some of the jerk meat from under my saddle.
Alright.
All right. If this goes wrong, we kill them. If it goes right, we have a pack of wild dogs.
Sounds like a plan to me.
This is
Goblins'
where I
eyes
realized
are
that
very
my
wide.
character sheet didn't actually open when I told it to.
Ha!
Let's open the right character. Where you at?
And when you know it, there might be just one for each of us.
Okay. So who's ready for the amazing +2 animal handling
Hey,
with food?
it's better than mine.
Ah, not bad.
Kind of do the little like clicking my tongue to get their attention, dangling the food.
So you see them all like tearing into one of the charred corpses immediately, like as their attention gets taken away, and then to you and to food. And now I need to roll for them. Can I just click on their token?
Start motioning for like Boblin and everyone to go around me and get to the guy to
Yeah.
start unpinning him.
Is there a way to
I'm denied.
click on the token to get the stats? I don't think so. I don't know.
The best I can tell you is maybe.
Yeah.
It all depends
'Cause
on how it sets up.
This is kind of, I don't know. Let me see if it's in here.
Because I know on Roll20 they do have the ability to set up macros for the tokens beforehand.
There
That's
we
whether or
go.
not they did.
Yeah.
All right, found it. How willing are these dogs to play nice? Because 15's not bad. What would you say? An intelligence check to say like this person is willing to give us food, or just like, or would that be wisdom? Not to immediately, oh, food, go get at any cost.
My inclination is intelligence.
All right. So, looking at the sheet, you have a fairly good chance of getting this. Yeah. Okay. Thought so. So you see as these 6 dogs just slowly, kind of tensely, make their way over to Totzig as he's holding up food, just always eyeing it.
Cut off like little slithers and toss it to whichever one seems like in charge.
Yeah. So you see, as you chuck one, they all kind of immediately snap at it themselves and just kind of fight for the piece. So as Totzig is distracting the dogs, what are the rest of you doing?
Trying to sneak around and get to the man.
Okay. So it's fairly easy to get around the dogs and the pyre and to the building. And then you see the old man. It's like, oh, thank goodness! Please help me, help me, help me, help me, before they see me.
Who sees you? The dogs? As I try to start.
Yes, the dogs.
So, yeah, 6 on the gorillas.
I've seen the gorillas, but not recently.
We have the dogs taken care of. It's fine.
Who's a good boy?
Yeah, trying to get any closer and just like, fingers are food. Nope, nope, nope. Don't be snapping, or you don't get food.
Easy, easy, boy, easy.
They are willing to play along. They are not tamed yet. So, he's definitely trapped under a bunch of rocks, so...
I will start trying to get him out.
Alright, strength check.
I'd prefer literally anything else.
You're lifting rocks.
Yeah, you're lifting rocks.
Do you see that modifier, though?
Quit your bitching.
Oh, that's a 19. So
Why aren't you helping him, Boblin?
Yeah, Boblin.
Be a
Well,
hero.
you're trying to find puppies.
I don't think the puppies would incline to... Well, that's besides the point. So, Tokas, you slowly start moving the pieces of wall and the bigger ones out of the way so you can get the old man out of the rubble. It's like, oh, thank God. Orvex Oraxes. Oryx Akramus. Or yes, that's how you say that. Orvex Akramus. At your service, I'm in your debt. To get past the dogs before they notice me.
Are you especially tasty to dogs?
Well, considering that they chased me out here, and, well, I collapsed a building on myself by accident, I'm surprised they didn't find me sooner.
Well, I think we got it pretty in hand because he's got meat and they seem satisfied.
All right. About that point, you kind of run out of the first ration, Totzig, and the dogs are very much like, more meat, more meat, more meat, more meat.
Yeah, we just hunted. Well, we're kind of set for that.
All right, so use
I'm
up
gonna
another
I'm
ration.
gonna throw one like the larger pieces so they have more time to fight over it. Give me time to pour some water in a bowl.
Okay, I will give you advantage on this animal handling check. You did better. Not tremendously, but it works. So as Orvex, Tokas, and I assume Boblin, because he was there, he didn't help with any of the moving of the rock.
I
He was
want
there.
puppies.
Wait, recognize something? Wait, you did mention it's a leak, right?
Not yet. Because I don't quite know where you are at the moment.
I would have been following the party to help the man out.
Yeah. Okay. So you're with Tokus and Orvex now as they are making their way past. Let me just token layer. As making their way past the dogs, and with the 16, you keep the doggo's attention long enough for Orvex to get out of the death area with the doggo. And I would say you've definitely made yourself a friend of the dogs, but not to any Like, they're not gonna go die for you, but they definitely are not going to attack you first. You get that feeling. If they decided to attack, they wouldn't attack you first because you gave them food.
When I finish that piece, I'll hold a piece out and like start walking back to the group, sort of trying to trail them behind me.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't take long. It doesn't take much to get them to trail you. You have the food. You are the food man.
Hey, let's find someone to throw these at before I run out.
Why did you? Okay.
Resources. They're a resource. You are.
Keep them moving. Keep them moving. As Orvix pulls out a scroll that he's been looking at. It's like, should be that way.
Hold up!
know-
Hold up! Hold up!
Yes.
What are you doing here?
I am an archaeologist. I was hired with.
You study orcs.
No, I did for a time, not currently. I am an archaeologist. I study old things, old languages in particular. I was hired to be a translator, but I have been separated from my original group, and, well, don't know where they went.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elven, Dwarven, Primordial, Elemental. Recently, considering where we are, which is more important, I have finally translated Old Omuin, the language that they spoke here, and which is, as one of the dogs gets a little close to the old man, which you see is very injured and very exhausted.
Baboon begins chattering at him in Goblin.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check. See if. He understands, and you can tell he knows what you're saying.
He would look very confused as Boblin is singing Goblin Happy Birthday.
Okay.
Right. Who hired you?
I.
Walk and talk, folks. Walk and
Yes,
talk.
we are
Yeah,
walking,
it's a murder
talking.
dog.
Let's move.
We-
Let's move. We were stationed out in a abandoned building not too far. From if there's any luck, we could find them there. But it's
You're not answering the question.
yes,
I
but
th-
we have more pressing issues with.
No. Who hired you?
As I would rather not say. I don't know where you are.
I pull like a piece of meat closer to him.
No. Okay. Please no. No. I was
We're
We're not going to
Very
feed you to the dogs. We just want to know.
I was hired by some individuals from the country of. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I don't. I have no line. I have no allegiance. I just work for money. I am a translator. Please no.
And why are they here?
They had been very interested in the death curse. Heard a lot of them mumble about the death curse and then the possible location of where it was originating and the mechanism in which was keeping the death curse going. They had some very interesting insight on it. It was definitely an artificial, not some kind of natural means or godly curse or something. It was definitely a magical, artificial means of this going on. It was very fascinating, but please don't kill me.
Why do you assume we're going to kill you?
Because there are many people who dislike anything to do with the
Yeah, but you're skipping the torture part.
Yeah.
I give him the I'm just shitting you, man smile.
I've heard many things on my travels. Let us just say that it's not one of my best jobs that I have ever been on, but I have not died yet, so huzzah! I could not say the same for two of our guides.
Should have hired better guides. Might have recommended Musharim next time. Just watch out for crocodiles.
I don't know the man, but I plan on
He doesn't
leaving.
know about crocodiles.
I feel like we could hear Dwarven cursing in the distance.
Like
Smash
some
cut
fruit.
to Musharim sneezing.
He's just like some fruit
like,
comes flying off the cliff. Like, you fuckers! It was one time.
It was one time.
The good old anime sneeze. Must be getting a cold. Smash cut back.
But yeah, we're going to keep with the whole walk and talk
Yes.
process here.
I have. I was in the process of translating out this local scripture that I've been seeing time and time again. As you see him pull out a couple of charcoal. What are they called? Where you like rub a piece of charcoal, get the imprint of
Rubbing.
rubbings. Thank you. I'm bleh.
Yeah.
He pulls out a couple of rubbings of the same thing. It's like I've been finding this a couple of different places around here, and I finally found a whole section of the transcription, and have been working on the translation, which is very fascinating. Apparently, many of the Omu, contrary to any of the other places in Chult, did not worship Omu Upteo itself. Upteo, the god, patron god of Chult. They apparently got on his bad side in the past and had been worshipping a cadre of different gods called the Trickster God. Wonderful.
Would you have any idea where this ritual would logically be taking place in this gorgeous archaeological find?
I have some ideas, but from what I have found out, you are not going to be getting anywhere close to it without some very specific things.
You're not referring to that, are you? And I would, assuming it's visible, I'd point to the temple over the lava.
No, that is one of the locations I've been meaning to look into. You see that there the trickster gods, 9 of them in total, all had temples around Omu itself, all dedicated to the worship of one of the singular 9 trickster gods. That, from my locations and findings, is one of them. Along with, as you look down into the palm trees, that building over there, and the one I was going to, which was behind the compound, which seemed to be the simplest one to get to.
All right. Well, you're in luck.
Huzzah!
Because theoretically, the objects that we need are going to be at such places. Yes?
I would assume so. From what I have found about the culture of Omu, they venerated these 9 gods more than anything else, and would set trials for their chosen champions inside these temples.
So, do you think we need to go to like all 9 of them?
I would assume yes. Either that or just find whatever you're looking for on other adventures.
And
Within the
why
city.
can we not just go to where you think we need to go?
Well, I've seen the Guardian and the door, and well, okay. So a bit more explaining in things. My companions had found the area in which we were looking for. Some very, very intricate spell work that had brought them here. Some very intricate tracking spells. And they had come to a very, very fortified door. And it seemed that it had these 9 keyholes around within the door that would unlock it, and correlating with the 9 trickster gods and the old aged workings of the door and the scrawlings, I would assume that they would pertain to the 9 trickster gods themselves.
So you're saying there is actually no guarantee that we absolutely positively have to acquire these keys. I'm going to assume, being an archaeologist, you do not attempt to bypass the door in more mundane fashion.
I didn't, but when you see a couple of flaming spheres and fireballs and shatter spells thrown at this door and the subsequent backlash, I assume the spellcraft on the door itself has been very well reinforced to make people play by the rules.
A trickster door playing by the rules. Seems contradictory, don't you think?
Well, the trickster wants the person who is being tricked to play by their rules. That would seem rather apropos. The trickster itself does not want to follow any rules. But that is besides the point. And those dogs are very close. Please, no.
They're fine. Just,
Keys,
keep moving.
9 trickster gods.
Yes.
So we dig under the door?
I have not seen them try, though they were human-sized. The door itself is a fairly large stone door, so I would not recommend it unless you were going to be digging a hole in the ground and then giving yourself a mining hole.
Well, yeah, we could dig under and tunnel in and up.
I
have
would assume
dwarves,
by this
they
point you
eat
guys
stone.
have been continuing walking down the road.
Oh yeah,
Well,
never stop.
Yeah. So
Yes, I would just like to bring up. So you think that there might be like a key at each one of the the temples,
yes.
and these key we would need all 9 keys according to your hypothesis to open the door.
This
And
is
you
the
also
winning
said that
theory.
we just passed one of these temples.
Oh yes, down there near the cliff.
May
we had
I
been-
suggest possibly trying to acquire one of these keys and checking to make sure it will work on the door before we devote all the effort into going for the other 8? I mean, it's just around the corner.
Yes, that would be prudent. I have kind of been rambling, I would say. trying to explain as best I can.
Well,
So, there was that.
do you know which trickster god applies to which temple?
Uh,
I think this is the Temple of the Jumper.
I think it would be better explained if I would read out the transcription that I have found a couple of times. It gives a bit more detail on the 9 trickster gods themselves. If you wouldn't mind, should we make our way back to the temple, or would you like to go to?
Well, let's listen to this inscription before you go into another, several chapters of useless information.
Yes.
Damn, Corgan. Tell us how you really feel.
No, that was in character.
All the better.
Let us begin then. As he pulls out one of the rubbings and begins. A long time ago, the god Ukteo hardened his heart.
Okay, freeze.
Yes. Yep.
Paraphrase.
Information on the
I'm going
temple.
to just
Near stuff.
copy the entire thing
Paraphrase.
because
Paraphrase, my
Once
friend.
again, in character.
Yes.
I don't need the long ago. We want to know the where and the what. Maybe the how.
We could work on the who later.
Cut and paste it.
Yeah.
I will cut and paste.
Preferably into a handout. Never mind.
Because there's a bit more on the handout that I don't think I can hide.
Yeah, but you could literally create a brand new one. Just cut and paste it into it and give that to us. That's what I meant.
That's fair. I will do that. Add handout.
Because I knew that was going to be one of those double.
The mega walls.
After like 2 more sentences, we're gonna have to go back into the
the
chat
chat log.
archives. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just be able to read the top half.
There we go. Now, for the sake of stream, would you like me to read it out?
Can you narrow down to these 2 nearest temples?
Well, okay, so that I'm gonna go. I'll do say hardness hot people. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know which temple pertains to which currently, though I would assume you could find that out by going to the temple itself and going inside. My group did not go inside the temples. We surveyed them from afar and determined that they were not where we needed to go.
Well, and delay to find out that they were where you needed to go.
Yes. Well, very very impatient people I was working with.
Fans. It kind of sums it up. All right.
Yes.
East or west, boys?
Which you flip a coin?
East, I would think.
So I know this was a temple. You say there was another temple nearby? That one over there is a temple as well. Okay.
Yeah, on the map, yes. He would say pass the compound, past the outside wall.
Well, I mean, we had just saw this one as we walked by, so that's what I was thinking.
Yes. The Mario coin.
I'm thinking that one.
You want to do that one?
About that one. But I mean, I'll go along with either at this point.
All right. 1 west, 2 east.
Who
West it
hasn't
is.
voted?
I was gonna go
There's
Mario
only-
coin.
I vote West.
You voted for flipping a coin.
And the coin in my head just landed on West.
Well, so did the coin I flipped.
Yay.
And that would be
But if
this.
there's only one to the west, then perhaps we should start there.
Hell
It
yeah.
would have
Bird.
to at least backtrack. All right. Well, start leaving the dogs that way.
All right. So our wipe, unless you guys are going to be investigating some houses.
Point to the two girls and tell
Probably
them
trying to like just hang along the edge of the forest,
All right.
or the woods, I should say.
So yeah, it takes like an hour or two to. It's been about an hour or two since you've entered Omo itself. Took a bit of time gathering a new friend, and now you are getting to this location.
Doctor, didn't you have a lot of other friends? Or
Yes,
here.
they. Oh, you're talking to him. You are also a doctor. Sorry, I'm used to people calling me doctor.
Doctor. Have you ever held the spleen of a dying man in your hand?
No, but I've seen a
Then
man.
you are no doctor.
Wait,
I
does
had
that make
my
me a doctor?
doctorate.
Possible.
Ah,
It's not so much the action as the intent.
oh,
Wait, what?
what?
I'm a bit concerned.
Doctor, our doctor, not new friend, afraid of dogs, doctor. Where are you licensed to practice medicine?
Whatever I
Oh,
like.
Is that how that works?
I don't think that's how that works. Give me a second.
It
I
is
don't know.
if you try hard enough.
I don't quite know how this map works. I assume because of the layout, it is bits are hidden. But I don't know. So I'm gonna try dragging you guys over here, and then putting your tokens on the shrine that you are going to, so you could only see that. I don't know how that's going to work. Or should I just theater of the mind this for now?
That's
Which
entirely up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the theater of the mind for now, because it's a little easier, and I don't have to
Mic
worry
off.
about you guys seeing things that you're not supposed to see. Okay, so you guys travel to this temple, as Orvex pointed out, and what you see is a fairly small building surrounded by a kind of crumbling stone fence. And as you are walking down as you see the road walking down to it, it leads to a pond right in front of it. And here we go. A rectangular pool of murky water stretches before this vine-draped shrine. Rope bridges that once spanned the water float on its surface, tangled with other debris. The shards of a toppled monolith form stepping stones to the middle of the pool, where a statue of a stone frog rises above the water. As Orvex flips through a couple of his pages, it's like, oh yes, frog. This doesn't look like a grung, so I would assume this is the shrine to Kabuzan, the frog-hemoth god.
The god of frogs.
Yeah, let's go with that. As he looks at Boblin, just like, not quite, but I don't have the time.
Right.
What do frogs like?
How about we get to the front of the
Mic
temple and
on.
find out?
Yes. Well.
What if we have to make an offering? Do we have any flies?
We have
I-
someone that flies.
I'm going to roll a history check on
For the flies?
Corvix to see what he has accumulated. Please tell me. He does. What? This man is an archaeologist. How is he not trained in history? Me.
Does not have flies?
On a side note, how much of that bug spray do we still have?
I would assume you would have used it up in the 2 months you were out in the jungle.
Yeah, just checking.
History, I believe, is an intelligence-based
Yes.
check, correct?
Typically, yes.
Okay. Just gonna roll that. Okay, I don't have a lot on Kabuzon himself, other than what is in the scrollings, and I am finally getting to read it myself. So, yes, he is from what I know of Froghemus, they are fairly large, have tentacles, rubbing, have tentacles coming out of themselves, and unlike regular frogs, seem to have one fairly stout but large proboscis on the top of their head, which holds their eyes.
They have a basket on their head that holds their eyes. This is
These
interesting.
are the weirdest frogs I've ever heard of.
Yes, they don't quite look like frogs, but apparently they are related to frogs. So as you come up to see see the shrine, I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perception.
And then for Brian.
Uh-huh.
Poor Brian. He's just like, why am I here? What have I done?
And he rolled the best out of all of us.
Yes. Brian at this point is just like, well, I'm gone this far. I don't think I could even go back if I tried. So, hot damn, all of you see with as you look over the pool and inspect things, you see a stone platform in the middle with what looks to be a human face carved facing skyward. And as you were looking closely, you see a key resting within the mouth of that face. You also see a fairly large shadow in the water.
Fairly large.
Like how fairly large? Like Boblin size? Bigger than Boblin?
To sit on the fourth wall and be a meta for a second, it's 3x3.
So a huge shadow.
Yes, a huge shadow.
It's fairly large.
That's
One would
like
say
6
huge.
Boblin.
That's
Looking at
9 bombs.
this, I would remark, okay, would make sense for a frog devil to start off with the pool.
Yes, well, not how
How
do the
dangerous are one of these things?
Fairly large and territorial beasts.
I didn't ask how large they are, I asked how dangerous they are.
Um,
Anything that they might be more resistant to.
I never ran into one myself. My companions more did the fighting. I was hired for my linguistic adaptation skills. Uh, More than anything. But from what I saw, they are rather bestial. They don't have any I would say ranged uh, combat capabilities from what I saw. They more run at you and thrash about and try to grab you with the giant tentacles.
Alright. Finger waggers among us. Anyone able to freeze this water?
I got Ray of Frost.
Freeze the water.
Yeah.
Brian just looks not this much.
No.
I assume because I don't have I don't.
Yeah, no, I can tell you, I can't.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Shade, or excuse me, Dr. Shade.
No,
Salik?
I don't believe I would be able to conjure that amount of ice.
Hmm.
Very cold. Kind of out of my speciality.
Alas, my Freya Rost only covers so much water before it melts again, and well, I don't want to draw attention just yet. I would like to test it first, but that would probably not be wise.
Okay. So, an unfortunate? No. Because if I'm looking at this correctly, we touch that key, that comes out and says hello.
Possible.
Maybe, and this is just me spitballing. I have no evidence towards the contrary. If we don't touch the water, it may not know we are there.
How wise would these creatures be? Hypothetically speaking.
Not entirely. They are. The interaction that I saw of my companions fighting one of these, it was violent, but not very smart. It had an animal intelligence.
Okay.
Strawberry is very smart.
Who is
Splendid.
Strawberry? Oh,
Strawberry. Baldwin holds up Strawberry.
the monk. Okay.
It's a squire.
Well, Salik, I guess that means you're up.
The
Alright, let's see what we can manage. So, first things first, I will walk up to the water and I will cast Prestidigitation to try and clear up some of the water so I can have at least better see what I'm working with here. As I understand, the water is murky.
yes, I'm trying to set up something in the random encounters map just so we have a battle map, because I assume it's going to end up that way.
I want to point out, in character, we were just warned to do nothing to the water. Don't touch it.
Yes, I'm just.
This is a reminder, Salik.
And given the gargoyles, I don't think flight is much of an option either.
Well, we're in a ceilinged building, are we? No, I guess we would be like by this pool here.
I
Yeah,
think
you're
I would
by
think
the-
as long as you didn't touch like the top of the valley, you might be okay. That would be what my guess was.
Just high enough to not disturb the water, but low
Yeah.
enough to not draw the iron.
Yes.
Let me see if I can drag this map out into here. That's not what I want. Thank you. God damn it. Darn. Well, let me see if I can do this the right way, because it's very easy if I can show you what it looks like. Let me drag the thing. So,
It's just black doll.
okay. Wonderful.
Okay, just
Yeah, it's just black. What we completely understand.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's just
Can
death.
I,
We're all just dead.
This is what you
lightning
see.
The giant frog
reviewers?
ate the entire party.
I'm working on it.
If I cast light, do I see Geppetto?
Okay, so
not exactly reference I was in today.
can I drag you guys over here?
So,
Still black.
All
still
right.
black.
How do I drag perspective? Go to the upper
Shift click.
shift click.
Yeah. Shift click will drag us wherever you're clicking. But I can already tell you, I can see the whole thing because I zoomed out. It's all black.
Wonderful.
So
No.
is Fog of War turned on?
Yes, I turned it on.
Okay. There should be a reveal area option.
Yeah, I am trying to mess with that right now.
Do you have dynamic lighting on?
I don't think so.
See if it is on, even if you don't have the option for it.
Where would I see that?
Should be the same area as Fog of War.
Reveal
Think.
areas, polygon reveal, hide areas, reset fog.
No, it'd be on the page settings.
Yeah, page settings
Yeah.
for this page.
Oh,
Up
okay.
at the top, you'd have to click on it to
Okay.
see if it's checked.
Page settings. Dynamic lighting off.
So you just need to reveal then.
Yeah.
Because this would help out a lot for all of these eventually.
So basically, the way you have the reveal tool, and you can just click, draw lines around, and it should reveal.
Yeah,
Everything
reveal
inside.
areas. I am trying to. Making a giant square. There, are you guys seeing anything?
Nope, still blind.
Arg.
Have you given us sight?
Yeah.
How?
Click our tokens.
Okay, let me drag you guys tokens. Maybe.
Oh, we don't even have tokens on here.
I'm working on that right now.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't be able to see without tokens at all.
Okay, that makes more sense. Dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is the Tokus?
Still nothing.
Okay. Advanced layer grouping.
Should be on the. Hold on, it's been a while since I've had to do this.
Yeah. Bring up the token information. It'll be on the second tab, and it should just be a click to give sight.
Yeah.
Being that you don't have dynamic lighting, you shouldn't have to give cast light or anything.
Second tab, permissions, name bar, emit lights. Let all players see lights as sight.
Yes,
Has
has
I
height.
assume has height?
Yep, that's
Yes.
it. Has sight.
There we go. Now I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That
So just
comes in
copy
handy.
the same thing to all other tokens. Or not copy, but you have to do it literally to every other token.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sight.
Working on that now.
Yep.
And could you give my stream control of Tokus? Because currently it's a black screen.
Yes, right. Live, everybody.
One of
Learning.
That's
I should
right.
probably check.
Now
That's-
keep in
that's
mind,
the thing about being a
Whisper
DM.
Satokis will thus be
Right.
seen by the stream.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
We had a way to do this in other campaigns.
Basically gave them like their own little
Should
torch
we?
or something
Okay,
like that.
check the stream. See if
Yeah.
it worked.
Nope.
Okie dokie.
Oh, yep. It did.
Okie dokie.
Slightly delayed, so.
Yeah. Okay. So you see this lake.
I mean, is there room for me to land? Because if you don't feel like flying, I mean, I've proven I'm pretty good at doing that whole vaulting thing.
Yeah. There's the face in the middle of the lake. Oh, pond.
The drowned man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this isn't inside the temple. We're still outside. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
The
we have the
temple is
man.
over here.
We have that. We got the broken.
Over here in like
Arms.
this corner, you see the shape. Like under the water.
All right.
So is there nothing stopping us just walking around?
We
Nothing
want
that
the
you can see.
key, which is in the guy's mouth.
Oh, there's a key in the guy's mouth. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
See what we can do about this beastie. And I will cast presentation around this area to see if I can spot this thing's eyes.
Okay.
To try and clear up some of the water.
What would I would assume? I'm trying not to get its attention, so stealth check to make it a stealthy casting. Trying not to grab its attention.
That's a 16.
That is, that is good enough. So you see under the water the sleeping form of. Can I grab the token, please? Oh. This thing.
Creature called again?
What'd you say?
What's the creature called again?
A
Frog moth.
behemoth.
Nasty, nasty.
Yeah. We do not get paid enough to deal with that.
I mean,
The beast appears to be asleep, though I doubt that will remain the case should we touch the key. So, on that note, I doubt hypnotic platinum will work until it actually wakes up.
I'm not worried about waking up when we touch the key. I'm worried about it waking up if you touch the water.
I'll point out the
Yes.
token does have a dude already in his tentacles. Just
Yeah,
pointing
simple
that out.
version.
For size reference.
Yeah.
What? The key, is it above the face, or is the key like nestled inside the mouth?
I want to say for dramaticism, it's like resting on the teeth and the bottom lip, so it's just kind of hanging there.
And what type of key is
It is made of stone, and it looks very blocky.
it? Is it like a ring, like a circle? You know how some keys have like a little at the end?
Are you
Yeah.
gonna try and fish it?
What was that?
You're attempting to fish it?
With my crossbow.
See, what are you gonna? How are you gonna keep it from hitting the water when you fish it back?
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna shoot it, and I guess we need a rope. No, it'll go on the arrow, and the arrow will go through the over to the door.
I'm gonna go look around. How are the I'm assuming there are lily pads around. How are they arranged?
They look naturally arranged, like they kind of grown from the bottom of the pond up.
Does anybody have the silence spell?
I can be
So I do
quiet.
not.
I don't know if Brian does because I have.
Brian does
No.
not. No,
Okay.
it's not on our spell list. Plus, he only has first levels.
Just making sure.
The cleanest solution is again sleek. You just hover high enough that you don't disturb the water, pluck the key, and just keep going.
Very well. But do let me know if it stirs. I will try and cast Hypnotic Pattern, but if that doesn't work, then crossbows and such at the ready. And I will ready my wings to take flight.
All right. So
Yeah.
as you are making your way flying above, I would like you to make another stealth check to see to not disturb the frog hemoth.
That's a 17.
Okay.
When it's ready.
Yeah, I'm just checking something. Holy God! I didn't realize that. Huh.
That they have 3 eyes.
No. Its perception is up the wazoo.
But it is asleep,
Yeah.
so
So I'm gonna
believe that's
Disadvantage?
disadvantage.
yeah, disadvantage.
Yeah, it's like it has 3 eyes or something.
Holy God! That is with disadvantage. So as you kind of try to gently land on the stone face and pluck up the key, a little pebble gets dislodged from where you landed your foot, and clunk. And this thing comes roaring out of the drink, angry as balls. And that's what we're gonna pick up next time because it's 12.
Or pick up next time, Cap.
Yep. Alrighty.
That works.
So you just see this thing. It's like, as you all like see him land carefully, pick up the key.
Gets
and
excited
you
for a
see
second, apparently.
You see a little pebble, tink, tink, sploosh. And that's where
That would be quite the freeze frame there.
Continued.
Next time.
Make sure you move yourself over onto the face.
Yes, I will put you over here.
Oh yeah.
Stomping on this poor guy's eye.
And I am going to turn off the stream.
Thank you,